Hey Soul Fam, so I'm coming on here because I want to share this inspiring story with y'all. I've been wanting to share all week. Like literally, I hope this touches each and every one of your hearts and souls. This is all about the message of never giving up. Like it's never, absolutely never too late. Never. And this inspiring story that really touched me came from the most likely source that one would ever imagine to be inspired from. Okay? So, down south, we have, and I'm never into this event. It's called the Kentucky Derby, which is a horse race. Okay? So, excuse me. It's storming as I'm talking, and it's really beautiful, actually. So, me, my parents, and my neighborhood all are connected, right? Now, keep in mind, in my neighborhood, I only know 2 neighbors' names. But the day before, also my grandma's connected to this neighborhood. The day before, a party that my parents and my grandmother were going to in the neighborhood, which was for a Kentucky Derby race. They were going to be doing like a pot bet, like people were going to choose their horse and they could bet whatever, like $5, $20, whatever. And my grandma is into the Kentucky Derby race, but my parents are not. I kept picking up on, before knowing this, my grandma or like my dad coming into some unexpected money, right? So then my grandma, I'm talking to her, and she tells me that the party they're going to is for the Kentucky Derby race, which I had been receiving messages about the Kentucky Derby race. I had no idea it was that weekend. So it was for that specifically. And she showed me the list of horse names, which I had been receiving all week, wondering what the hell these synchronicities meant. So immediately, I'm in my grandma's room talking to her about this, and mirrors for me are portals. I get messages through mirrors. I saw 444 on her mirror, so before I looked at the list, I saw 444, and then I instantly was drawn to horse number 4, which was called Summer is Tomorrow. And I had been receiving messages about racing into summer, speeding into summer, speed into summer all week, and I was like, what the hell does this mean, and why are we in such a hurry? So I was like, well, that makes perfect sense. I was like, I feel like that horse is gonna win. I don't have a second doubt about it. Okay? So, I was not necessarily wrong. Keep in mind, the reason why I was so tuned into all these different horse names is because I didn't realize I was so deeply connected to my entire neighborhood's thoughts and private conversations, which was an eye-opener in itself. And you know, everyone going to this party was being logical about it, doing their research, not trusting their instincts or listening to themselves about which horse might win. My dad doesn't know anything about Kentucky Derby, doesn't care about it, didn't know anything about the horse names. Well, the night of the party, let me back up. So, the very last horse name was called Ethereal Road. And I said, something is significant about that horse for some reason, but I know it's not going to win, but it's significant in some way. Well, the literal day of the race, at the last minute, that horse was no longer eligible to be in the race for some reason. So that was the significance. So at the very last minute, a horse and a racer that had never been in the Kentucky Derby race was automatically eligible last second to be on the list, because they need 20 racers, 20 horses, right? So everyone, there's a big, they had a big sign with horses' names, and people put their name next to the horse they chose. My dad goes up there and he sees that Ethereal Road was crossed out. So Ethereal Road was horse number 20. It was crossed out, and beneath it was what they had to make horse number 21, which was the 20th horse, and it was a brand new name, which wasn't on the list when my grandma showed it to me, right? He said, this horse is crossed out, and since this one's beneath it, that's the horse that's gonna win. And he said, right after he said that, my mom was like, since Dennis said that, that horse is gonna win. I just know it. So of course that put that thought into everyone's mind, right? And my mom absolutely 100% believed that because my dad said that. My dad didn't even watch the race while he was there, but that was the horse that won. So here is a couple messages. So just one little shift, one little added in factor can completely shift the results, outcomes, and timelines of an event. The Summer is Tomorrow horse was in the lead most of the race, and it would have won if that horse wouldn't have been added last minute. And that horse had a 1 in 99 chance of winning, like the probability. So I'm sure not many people bet on that horse. But the new guy who had no experience in the Kentucky Derby race, had never in his life raced in this specific race, won the entire race. So that just goes to show, even if things don't look like they're going in your favor, things can change in the very last second and put you right at top. And that specific horse was in the back most of the time, in the middle, and just one little move that racer decided to make on that horse put him in the front, and he won the whole damn game. So never count out the little guy. Never sleep on anyone's abilities or your own. Sometimes one risk that you take is the risk that wins exactly what you want. I mean, all those horses that were in that race had many years of experience, and many had never won the race. But the new guy won the whole race, so you know there were some mad mother effers out there. So I am just inspiring y'all to not give up, because things can change in an instant. Within a second. I mean, it was the day of the race, and this guy last minute was eligible to be in the race, and he won the whole race. So that's the message. I hope it inspires y'all.